And we got the 8-ball. So again, we have pocketed the ball. We have a shot at the 1. The 2-3 is jacked up, so hopes of a break and run here are pretty much dashed. The angle on the 1 doesn't really lend to any kind of breakout here. It's too thin to get to the corner. Plus, I have the rail here as well, but I wouldn't be able to draw into those balls. So I'm just going to pocket the 1 ball here. I'm actually probably going to go around the traffic here, simply because of the angle that I have. I don't really, and then of course being over the rail, I actually feel better just letting the cue ball just come out. And as long as I hit it firm enough, I should be able to get out of the traffic here. Even if I hit any of these balls, I should be able to get them out of the way and at least be able to hit the 2. And coming from this direction, there is a bank shot. And we'll see where we end up there. But right now, it's really just kind of about pocketing the 1 and seeing if I can get on the 2 and if I need to play safe. Or if I can make the bank shot here and continue on. So we'll see how this turns out. All right. So we can see the 2. I am going to play safe here. I'm going to see if I can get away with this. I am going to kind of hit like a little bit of a stunner here and see if I can just slide the cue ball and tuck it in behind the 3. The 2 ball will go 2 rails. I'm worried about the 2 ball hitting like the point or even just going in the side. I'm going to call it in the side because it's 10 ball. So if I do make it in the side pocket, I can continue shooting. But I'm hoping that I get anywhere here or here, and then the 2 ball comes up into the traffic, and then the cue ball is stuck to the 3. Okay, so I hit that a little bit thinner into the rail than I originally wanted to, but it actually obviously is better for the safety. So I didn't come close to the side, which is fine. That worked out really well for the safety. All right, so this one is close. For those of you who haven't heard me talk about this before, I'm an awful jumper. I probably should try it for practice purposes, but I'm usually pretty good at kick shots. So I'm going to continue with that. This actually gives me a chance to explain this shot. There might be a 2-railer here. I'm going to see if I can get on the line. We're going to talk about this and actually see if it's doable. So the 2-railer on this side, how it works out is these 2 diamonds are the 10 line, these 2 diamonds are the 20 line, and these 2 diamonds here are the 30 line. Now, if you notice, when I put my stick over the 30 line, the stick is going over the 2. So anything along this line is 30. Okay. These are all done by 5, starting with 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay. And then this is what you subtract to make 30. So 10, 20, 30, 40, so on. So we're on the 30 line, and this is 30, 35, 40. So this is 40, and that's 10. The 7 ball is kind of in the way, but it's close. It's really close. So from 40 minus 10 is 30, and it would hit any ball on this line. So we're going to go for that right now, and it just takes a little bit of running English, so just a little bit of left-hand English. And if we just need to slide past the 7 and stay on this line, we should hit the 2 ball on the 30 line here. So this is really tight. But either way, even if we're slightly off, we should still hit a piece of the 2. It just won't hit it as full. And there it is. So we got a hit and ended up kind of safe. The 2 ball's out there. There's an edge. It doesn't go past the 10. So hopefully that helped everyone out there. So just again, re-explaining it, these two, 10, 10, 20, 30. Okay. And then these are go by 5, but they start with 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. When you come around the corner, these are by 10. So this is 60 and this is 70. Okay. And then these are 10 for the subtracting, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so on. But you're really only going up to here, 10, 20, 30, because 40 would be in the pocket. The only way 40 works is if you're at 60, because then you can hit through that line at the point. So if something was on the 20 line and you were down here on the 60, you can hit 60 to 40 and then still hit a ball anywhere on this line. So that's a quick look at a 2-rail kick using the diamonds. For those of you that didn't know how that worked, I just thought I'd throw that in there and take a little bit of extra time on that little system that will come in handy because I see that shot a lot, and when giving like timeouts in BCA or APA, I have to point out that kick shot quite a bit. So hopefully that helped anybody learn that particular shot. So we are going to try to just kind of edge the 2 ball here. We're going to play it nice and easy. I'd like to pull the cue ball over to the rail here as much as I can, and then have it bounce up and then get into traffic, and then have the 2 ball come out. And so it's going to be pretty much a nice little safety battle against myself to see who can win the war here. And I got it into the traffic. Yeah, it came out in the open. Let's see what we got. Okay, so a perfect hit on the 2 will pocket it by the 3. If that comes off the rail any little bit, it's not going to go. And the hard part about this is that after hitting the 2, staying behind the 3 ball is going to be tough. But we are going to try it. So this is doable. So you're going to jack up a little bit, dig into the cue ball a little low. If we hit this shot perfect, it will go by the 3. If we don't, then we're going to hit the 3. All right, so we hit that pretty good. Wasn't the best stroke. See, the cue ball didn't come back. It went straight sideways. So I really didn't dig into it as much as I wanted to, but it left us a pretty straightforward bank here. It's a little off the line, but so it's going to take a little bit of inside English to have it hold. So a little right-hand English will have the 3 ball holding the rail here to straighten it out. And then we also want to kind of hold the cue ball in this area so we can shoot the 4. Oh, rattleage. All right, well, it went in. That would be my opponent's option. In 10 ball, they would have the option to shoot this shot or give it back to me. And obviously in practice that doesn't matter, but just kind of pointing that out. So we're going to go ahead and slide the 4 ball in. My worry here is that we're going to hit the 5 ball really full, and they're just going to double kiss and stay there. So I'm going to kind of spin this a little bit and see if I can get the cue ball to kind of spin off the 5 after it hits it, so that there's some available shot and they don't kind of freeze here. So this will some left-hand English. Okay, so I got that to kind of squirt out, which gives us a pretty doable shot here. Again, not the best angle to have at the 5 ball when going at the 6. Being this thin, we're probably going to have to go all the way down here and then come back out. So we hit that one really well. It was a nice shot. Got the 2 rails like we wanted. Shaped the 6 ball pretty good. So now all we have to do is just slide the 6 in. We would like to have the cue ball kind of stop here and then come straight out so that we have an angle on the 7 going in to the side, but it doesn't matter because of where the 9 is placed. Even if we got straight on the 7, we would still be in great shape on the 9. But again, trying to practice specific shots. And so I'd like to maintain that angle on the 7, going that direction, almost like pretending like the 9 ball's in a different spot. All right, so we drew it back a little bit, which we didn't want to do. We wanted to come straight out. I hit a little bit lower on the cue ball than I wanted. But, you know, it's still not terrible. The angle on the 7 is a lot thinner. So I am purposely, because technically there's just 3 rails of shape here to get the 8 back in this corner, or the 9 back in this corner anyways, but I actually am trying to control the speed, but I'm purposely going to play this so that I can get 2 rails and try to shoot the 9 on the side. I'm just having a problem with the feel of the table right now, and so I'm really overplaying a lot of shots, so I'm going to purposely really tell myself, like, that's the shot we're going for, even though I could hit it a lot harder and go right around and then have the 9 ball in the corner here. And that is the kind of touch I need to have. I mean, that couldn't have been any better. It's not straight in. I don't know how it looks on the video, but it's not straight in, which is perfect. A little bit of an angle to the inside of the 9. So if I shoot the 9 on the side, the cue ball is just going to slide this way and give me just some space. You know, that way I'm not on top of the 10 when I need to shoot it. Just a little stunner here right in the center of the 9, center of the cue ball. And that just takes us straight in on the 10. So overall, it's actually happy with that rack. It's not one of those things where it was ever going to be a run out, but it got like a little bit of a defensive battle against myself. And I think, you know, I feel a little more comfortable with how I played that rack. You know, and that's the point of the videos that I want to have on here for you guys is, it's not perfection. You know, a lot of the videos that I see that are posted are, you know, nothing but break and runs and all that stuff, and some voiceover to tell you, you know, kind of how that happened or whatever. I like coming at this with real-time thought, no cuts, no edits. If I break and run a rack, I break and run a rack. And I do separate those videos out because they're faster, and I know people like to watch break and runs because they're cool. But when it comes to the full practice videos, this really is all about seeing everything happening in real time and trying to adjust. And then, of course, coming from an amateur player, you know, I'm nowhere near a professional. Obviously, you've been watching, and so you know, I think it's a little more relatable for people to see someone, you know, go through these things that amateur players go through.